We're back.
Congrats to us.
All three of us are back in this attic studio. Kale.
Yep.
Mark.
What's up?
You know, I was thinking about this earlier. With only two of us over here, that means Marcus is going to have to talk more, and I'm not sure if we want that or not.
Mark, how do you feel about
How
this
could you
situation?
not want that?
Because of that voice crack you just had.
How could you not want my voice cracks?
So, I have a new love in my life.
Yeah?
It's heart pounding. It's thrilling. It's the romance novel everybody wanted.
The White Monster.
Strawberry Uncrustables.
You're only getting on the Uncrustable train now?
Yeah, because I always thought they were like...
For kids.
No. I always thought they were just disgusting. But I had one day when we were coming back from Safe Harbor, and I was like, oh. So it was probably just a thrill of the moment thing. A little fling, if you will.
I've had one. They're okay. I don't get the whole idea of why everyone hates crust. It's not the best, but it's not also that bad.
You think the people that hate crust are the same people that cut the rind off their ham?
100%. I feel like it's an OCD thing.
And they don't eat their pizza crusts either.
Depends
To be fair, I don't really eat crust either.
I don't, because it depends on what crust. Like if it's stuffed, I'll eat it.
Well, yeah, you better. But if there's a lot of pizza and it's just like...
Yeah.
They're not concerned about if everybody eats, then yeah, I don't bother eating crust.
If I paid for the pizza,
Do what you want with it.
I'll throw out the crust. I don't care. But if I didn't, I'll eat it out of courtesy. Because I feel like that's the correct thing to do. Otherwise, you're wasting someone's money.
So very courteous of you. Tonight we're not really focusing on one topic. We're just going to spitball it again.
Obey.
We have three tired guys trying to focus on one topic would not work. So what's the topic?
Let's talk about how Dale Earnhardt... what were you saying the other day? Dale Earnhardt raced the correct way. Whereas the guys now, let me just start off by saying NASCAR as a whole in 2025 is an absolute joke. I don't understand how Tito can get so into it, get so involved with it, and sit there and watch a whole race. You have to be super into it.
Invested, yeah.
But
It's a broken product.
I don't think NASCAR is doing any good by having so many road courses. I don't think NASCAR is doing any good by having these short tracks. And by short tracks, I don't mean Bristol. Bristol's a fun watch. But I think Dirt Bristol's better. I think Martinsville is a good watch. I mean, like these 1.5-mile tracks.
Speedways.
Like Phoenix or... Yeah, speedways.
Atlanta.
Not super speedways. We want to see Talladega, Daytona, Homestead, you know.
If you're going to go big, go big. If you're going to go small, go small.
But NASCAR in a whole is a dying product, and I think ultimately it comes back down to everybody being friends. Because, you know, back in... Now, my NASCAR knowledge isn't that great, but I think back in the day, there was something with Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon. It was...
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a rivalry so much, but it was... Like, you had Dale Earnhardt, who was the OG, the hard-nosed, I'm gonna race you hard, all this, and then there was Gordon, who was flashy, kind of like more of a like all of a sudden he's there on the scene. He's the new kid. This is the new NASCAR.
So, with that rivalry, as with like most sports rivalries, that was mostly fueled by the fan base. Well, Dale really was okay with Gordon. They had a mutual respect for each other, but Yeah, it's just their different styles of racing. Although Gordon, like, if they were 1-2 or whatever, Gordon would race him as hard as Dale would race him.
And they were also two separate generations of racers. I mean, Dale definitely came from the...
Well, Dale was kind of passed it to Gordon,
Yeah.
essentially.
So back what I was saying earlier was if it's a final lap and you're going into the last corner and Dale wanted to win, he would dump you because he wanted to win the race.
Oh, losing's no fun.
But now, I mean, if you are on the final lap in the last corner and a driver dumps another driver to win, all of a sudden it's an issue. And that's where NASCAR is failing. Or failed. That's where NASCAR has failed. And it's just... Fans want the excitement, and there is no excitement in 2025 NASCAR.
NASCAR has failed in several ways, that being one of them. The other one's just, like, they've gotten so far away from, like, individual cars, Every car's the same with a different brand that's on their bumper. It doesn't make a difference. They're the same exact car. They may look a little different, like, as, like, whatever they have, not the plastic or whatever.
Vinyl.
The vinyl.
Their vinyl wraps.
It's different, but it's the same car. And that's where they've really gotten off course. It's like, you can't do any modifications to your car. It's just about the luck and the driver.
Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, those guys back in when Dale started, he started with it when they went out and they bought a car. They worked on it. Some of them had regular jobs, and they just tried to win.
Yeah, Dale was a farmer.
And then it just now is the point where you literally are a professional driver, and that's all you do.
Those guys back in the day would literally have to win the races to be able to get their car to the next place to race,
And-
or else they didn't have the money to ship them.
And to feed their families, too.
Yeah.
If you look at it this way, there's no difference. There's no difference these days between NASCAR and F1. All those
No.
guys could race together. There is no difference.
It's true. Everything's so standardized.
And I think you see that with guys like Kyle Larson. Like, he's a good driver, but that's how good he is. He can do either or. It's not.
He can do both. Yeah.
And it's not. Yeah, it's not. These guys are more on driving, whereas guys back in the day, they had to be their own mechanics. They had to be their own agents. They had to do everything.
Yep. Built their own engines.
They were self-reliant, and now, well, everything becomes a business. I also think, like, because NASCAR, everyone's friends for the most part. Whereas, and I think social media has really moved that along. Because everyone could talk to each other or whatnot. Back in the day, it was like, you just saw those guys on race day.
Yep. And then you went out there and you raced them on the track.
And I feel like that's the same thing that happened in the NBA. It's boring now.
Oh yeah.
But back in the
NBA
90s, they were just tough because the only time they'd see each other is on game day, and it's
Yeah.
never
Now
built
they have
personal
parties
relationship.
during the week
Yeah.
and birthday parties. Like, yeah. There's rivalries, but it's nothing. It's nothing like it used to be.
Baseball rivalries may be the best.
Baseball and football, I think,
Yeah.
and I think football mainly is because you're literally hitting another guy every
Right.
single play, and like that's why guys are so big now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm obviously sports science, but the bigger you are, the better you'll be able to perform. And like if it's Eagles Dallas, everybody knows that rivalry. Everybody knows they hate each other. So if you can hit a guy hard, set the tone. Yeah, it's
Or like Packers, Bears, or whatever. They're all rivalries.
that's a good rivalry.
It's not been so much recently because the Bears have been trash, but
I think it'll be different this year.
yeah, there are some really good rivalries, and even in hockey, rivalries are good. Like Penguins, Flyers, always intense. Like back in the day when they were like both good, super intense games. It's a shame. Shame that sports have gotten so bleh.
I guess it all comes down to leagues that are purely entertainment and ones that are actually out there for to actually win.
Well, and then there's these new leagues that are started, and it's really tough to get into them because you've been watching those teams like the Eagles or whatever your NFL team is. It's hard to get into like the XFL or UFL or whatever it is now because you've been watching your NFL team for however old you've been alive. And it's hard to get into something new. So,
all right, Mark. Let's see what Marcus has for us today in the Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise segment. How about that?
Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. You're listening to Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, brought to you by Y'all Don't Even Know and producer Mark.
Man, I'm about to go to sleep with that music. All right, this one this week isn't that as in depth as last week. This one falls on the healthy side. This week's is about gut health, which I've been focusing on myself lately. Your whole body is affected by your gut health. So there's bacteria in your gut, and when you have good bacteria, it affects, even bad bacteria, it affects your whole body, your mental state, your brain, your blood flow, just how your whole body works. That's why some doctors say you should have probiotics like acidophilus or a probiotic. As humans who obviously want to function the best we can, we should focus on our gut health a little more proactively, and that's something I've been working on. You can have kefir, probiotic yogurt, acidophilus probiotics in the section at your grocery store. But it's amazing when you start taking this stuff, just how much better you feel. It helps cut out the bloat, and there's just a whole bunch of things that it really helps you with. You just feel better in general. So that's the healthy side of the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise segment this week.
Don't eat greasy food. That'll help your gut health.
Anyway, let's go get some more Papa J's.
All right. Nah, greasy food, gas station food, that stuff should not be in your diet.
Regularly.
Yeah, every once in a while it's not going to kill you.
People that go to like eat Burger King every day or McDonald's, it's like, okay, you're gonna die.
I mean, we're all gonna die, but they're gonna be first.
Well, yeah, I mean, when they're 400 pounds.
I think the most important part is flushing out the bad bacteria that can't break anything down. It just sits there.
So is that what your kefir is for, to flush that out?
Kefir helps, yeah. But really, taking a good probiotic and an acidophilus is really... And once you start replacing the bad stuff, you can really start feeling it.
So this kefir, and you said kombucha?
Kefir, kombucha.
They're all pretty common at grocery stores.
Yeah,
and
really the
places.
best thing is just to go get a high count bacteria probiotic.
What all is kefir? Is that like sour milk or something?
Basically, well, it's actually not even milk. It's supposedly non-dairy. It's literally just fermented in a way that promotes good bacteria.
It's almost if like Greek yogurt stayed in the way before you stirred it.
I actually might get some just to try it.
But it's like liquid.
If you really want to really start into it, go to Walmart, get the cheap acidophilus that's on the shelf, and you will start, I mean, within the first day, you'll really start feeling it.
We'll see, because I've been on the no carb / low carb diet, and I've definitely been feeling better. Haven't been putting so much junk into my body.
I'm going to start trying to eat better now that the summer's gone and I'm not burning through as many calories as quickly.
No carb, low carb.
Because during the summer, no matter what I eat, I'd still lose weight because how much sweat I was producing. Like Marcus producing.
It's me.
Does our producer have an outro song?
No, I haven't found it yet.
Wow.
Yep.
Still working on it.
Now I can't even
I can do this for you.
move on to the next segment.
That's all I got.
World. So,
It's not unusual.
before we came on the air, yeah, you were talking about the difference between being outside in the... Are we talking like 30-degree cold, or are we talking like...
It's tough because the cold is very much dependent on the wind. The same way the heat is dependent on the humidity, the cold is dependent on the wind.
So you were talking about being outside in the cold or in the heat. So let's...
Well, I don't... When you're in the heat, like 90 and super humid, you can't get cold.
It's miserable.
Yeah, you are drinking a gallon of water and maybe 3 types of, like, hydration, whether it be Gatorade, Body Armor, whatever you drink.
Never helps.
And you're still dehydrated. And
Yeah.
you're just boiling hot. Whereas in the cold, you can get warm if you have, like, a heated vest, a heated coat. You can put on enough layers to get to the point where you're at least comfortable. You're not getting comfortable in the cold. I mean the warm.
The older I get, the much more... I don't know if that's the more I like the winter. Like, you guys remember, maybe it was last year or the year before, it got like 9 degrees. I know last year was like -12. Now that was cold. I was at work, I was on a roof, that was just too cold. I'm thankful it wasn't windy. But the year before that, I think it got into like the teens and single digits. I liked that. I mean, it was cold, but it wasn't windy. And it didn't feel bad to me. Like, I could go out in a t-shirt and I'd be like, okay, it's cold, but it's not unbearable.
Yeah. I think personally the winter has more, like, there's more remedies to your cold situation than there is to your hot situation in the summer.
It's like I said before, in the summer you can only take off so many items of clothing until you get a felony.
No one cares if you keep putting on more clothing.
Well, that is true. I don't know. The older I get, I still like warmth. But to each their own, you know?
Problem with winters is not a whole lot to do. But we're speaking about weather, so it doesn't really matter.
I look at the snow and it just depresses me. But I do like fall and spring, where it's still pretty chilly and sometimes, especially the fall.
I would not have a problem with snow if I didn't have to shovel it. Because snow to me is actually pretty cool. But the problem is like, there's so much work that involves with it.
There's a lot of work.
You got to get up an hour earlier just to be able to go to work. 2 hours maybe.
Right, depending on how much snow you get.
Yeah.
I'm just happy if it snows I can work from home now.
What a loser.
What a guy.
Pretty nice.
What a gig.
Mark, can I just work for y'all and even know? Will you pay me?
Can we all just work for y'all? I don't even know.
I would love to.
Maybe
subscribe,
someday soon.
view, share, like.
Actually, we
comment.
did get a lot of likes, and we even got a comment on Spotify from this past episode, so
Cool.
it's pretty cool. Yeah, I got to check YouTube numbers. I don't know what they're...
Speaking
they're
of Spotify, I lost my Spotify premium.
Same.
You guys gotta slum and actually pay for yours now.
We were paying for it before.
Wait, actually?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you had a guy, like, giving it to you.
Yeah, we paid him.
Oh. Well, have you seen him in years?
Nope.
Venmo.
No, I'm just going to start my own. Do you need premium?
Nah.
Who you got there, Tito?
Myself.
Okay. I think you need like 6 people in a group. I think it's stupid that Spotify has a premium, though.
Everything is premium to make money. Just how
Yeah,
it
they
is.
need money, but
Even the premium, though, has some ads, too, I think.
It's
I don't think so.
the word. Well, on podcasts and audiobooks, it's the
Well,
worst.
yeah.
Like, you pay your good, well-earned money to not have ads, and then you have to skip through 2 minutes of ads on a podcast. I guess that's their sponsors, but it's still like...
Well, yeah, it's
Oh.
their sponsors. They got to put them in there because that's who sponsors their show.
It's the only way the podcast
It's like
make
what
money.
we would have someday from Monster or something.
Minute Maid Monster.
Oakley.
Why would we want Oakley to sponsor us?
I don't know.
Because I like their sunglasses.
Should I buy a pair on vacation this year?
Cabela's. Bass
I have to
Pro.
buy a new pair before vacation, so
I
I,
do
may
too.
look into possibly buying a half decent pair.
Well, we should go up to the outlets and see if there's any on sale.
They have good clearance every now and again,
Mm-hmm.
so we should. I need to buy new swim trunks.
Get some y'all don't even know swim
What
trunks.
flavor should I go with this time? Y'all don't even know.
I think I'm gonna buy my swim trunks down there because they always have dope ones hanging on the wall there. Eagles.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna buy some kind of pink ones.
And end of year clearance sales too.
Sure.
Because it's in the off season.
Because you gotta buy a boogie board too.
Yes. I could get into a very long boogie boarding conversation, but I won't. Anyway, I had stars and stripes last time, so I'm gonna switch it up. Maybe flamingos.
Ooh. Some stars and bars. Flip to flamingos.
The
That's kind of
Confederate,
gay.
the Confederate flag, like symbol with flamingos.
Fire. Fire.
Design it.
They would never print it for me because of the Confederate
No,
flag.
they
I'd have to do
wouldn't.
it in house.
It's crazy. Like 2019, when we went down, they had Confederate flag everything at every store down there. You went down in 2020, not
That's
one
another thing. People get way too butthurt about the Confederate flag. We
I-
don't fly the flag of defeated countries or whatever.
Part of
Like,
American history.
It's crazy because people fly the Ukraine flag right now.
they're like, well, that represents slavery. No, it does not.
Well, people don't realize because it was never taught to them that the Civil War was not mostly fought over slavery.
Could be a whole episode.
It's funny because, like, modern, like, there's wars where you're like, well, it was just, like, a money thing. It wasn't actually about this and this. Well, it's like, look at any war. It's
never
just
changed.
it's the same thing, but with different motives,
Well,
hidden and disguised, like the Civil War, by slavery.
ultimately, the Civil War was about money, but most on a farther out scale or a farther in scale is about like economics, which is money, but still.
Well, yeah, but and then you got people
It's just-
wound up and worked up about slavery and said, "This is what you're going to war for,"
Yeah. Well,
and that's how you got people involved. Sorry.
not even like the South just didn't want to be taken over and industrialized. In the North, some of them felt strongly about slavery, but they wanted the South to stop being a pain. Also, back then, like states were like their own states, and they had like very strong feelings about their states. It wasn't like the U.S. It was
by state.
yeah. So it was like, I live in Pennsylvania. I'm going to go to war for my state. Because that's the right thing to do. And that's how they viewed it.
Well, it would be easier to view it like that too, especially if it's
Well, that's why
a Civil War.
That's why West Virginia is a state. They broke off of Virginia because they didn't agree. They thought they were more of the North than the South.
I mean, they are technically, which is sometimes if Virginia classifies himself as a southern state, I'm like, eh.
If you go below the Mason-Dixon line, technically.
It's like, eh.
But Pennsylvania is just a boiling pot of everything over
We're
here.
just stuck in the middle of everything.
Yeah, we are. We don't know if we're New England from the South or Midwest. We're just everything at once.
Well, you're not Midwest.
I've said that before. Yeah, but
Well, now, you technically, you could make the argument because of the smaller states that are on the east side of Pennsylvania. Also, because of the west side of PA.
I'll say technically the western side could almost be considered Midwest, and the west side leaks into the east.
You could almost,
And it is flat, like farmland area.
if you think about it, you could honestly have split Pennsylvania right down the middle and
could.
said the West is a Midwest state. You could have easily.
When I went over to Ohio, you get about 3 hours into the trip. It's just flat farmland. There's nothing to see. Just
I think that's why people like. I think that's why people like it over there so much. It's not so built up like over here.
I love over here because of the creeks and mountains. It's just there's so many people.
The Appalachian area.
Yeah, there's a lot of people coming out of the city now too.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we need to escape the city, and then they
build
are
a
the city,
Yeah.
bringing it into the non-city.
I mean, we kind of grew up in a place that was basically not the city, and now look at it. It's just overrun by city people.
And it's going to get worse. They're building up more.
But that also goes back to there being way too many people in the world. Not even just the U.S., but in the world. Where are we supposed to go with all these people? But you can also make the argument in the U.S. because of the amount of people that you're letting into the country.
Yeah. People were fine in cities until COVID. There wasn't that much of a migration to other places till COVID, and then everyone got out of there.
Look at Asian countries. They have the highest population density out of the whole world, but yet they are in such small territories. It's like, compare that to us. We really don't have as much density. But they managed to fit so many people in there, and I feel like a lot of them are just miserable. Not that I've ever been to an Asian country, but compared to the United States, I don't think you could do that here.
I think that's more of like China.
Because everybody has such a free
Korea.
spirit. Most people, anyway.
I think it's funny talking about COVID because I see the reels where it's like life hasn't been the same since COVID, or I blacked out since COVID or whatever, and it's true. For me, at least, it's true. It's just like the world, or I'll say just time has flown by.
Feels like a blur since then.
I mean, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, I was 14.
It's just crazy how fast life goes by. It just... And I think that goes back to everybody working all the time.
Well, I think also like most people who are like making reels are like younger people. I'd feel like mid-20s, low 20s, high teens. So they were kind of still in their childhood at that point. So after COVID, they actually started working and started being everything, and that's why it's gone so fast. Is because they're just working. There's no... And during COVID, you couldn't go out. So, like, you were just home enjoying, playing video games, whatever people did.
What a weird time in society. All right, Mark, give us the y'all don't even know.
Man, it's my second segment tonight. Y'all don't even know segment brought to you by producer Marcus.
We're low on people, Mark. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, chili, not that special.
Doggone it. So, you guys might have heard about this before. Maybe not. You ever heard the story of Hugh Glass? He was a frontiersman in 1823. He was mauled by a grizzly bear. His guys abandoned him, left him for dead, and he crawled and limped back over 200 miles to the American settlement Fort Kiowa. Despite a broken leg, a torn scalp, and deep wounds, he survived by eating roots, berries, and insects, and even encouraged maggots to consume the dead flesh in his wounds to prevent gangrene. After reaching civilization, he chose to forgive the men who'd left him instead of seeking revenge.
First off, that dude is amazing. That is unbelievable.
Second off,
Those guys are terrible.
no, that If you see a grizzly bear eating somebody, you're running, dude.
The two.
No, they left him for dead.
The two guys. There were five guys. Two stayed behind to bury him once he had died, and then, when they were convinced he was dying, they grabbed all of his gear and left him.
Okay, that's a different story.
Even his rifle.
From what I understood of it, they kind of just, like, he was just mauled to the point after they saw him and were like, ah.
He regained consciousness, set his own broken leg. He
Okay.
used the bear to hide in.
Did the bear die?
I'm guessing. After he was,
I guess
maybe they killed him.
Yeah.
Killed the bear after.
Okay, now we got more in depth, and those guys were right to leave him because he passed out, and they
Yeah.
thought he was dead.
Yeah. And because back then, you couldn't take him, like, to place, like, that's a ton of, like, you gotta throw him on a horse, you gotta do this, you gotta do that.
There's a movie made about it called The Revenant.
Now,
Who's to say they even had horses?
right. Now, on the other hand, this guy is insane. Like, wow. People were tough back then. Like, if a bear attacked me, I'd be like, oh, well, it's my time.
There had to have been something driving him to get back home.
200 miles is crazy.
On a broken leg, a torn scalp, and dude letting maggots eat your flesh.
Ugh. If you want to watch it, it stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy.
All right, I'm already out on it.
Tom Hardy, though, bro.
I don't like Leo DiCaprio.
But Tom Hardy.
I don't know anything about it, but that's what it's called.
I'll have to check it out.
2015 it was made. So that is the story of Hugh Glass.
Thank you, Mark.
Hugh Glass. What
I
a
now
name.
will live forever in inadequacy to knowing that guy is literally one of the toughest guys ever.
Man, we
knowing
live-
that he let maggots eat the dead flesh on his body.
I mean, we live in inadequacy to those guys. Daniel Boone, Lewis and Clark, all
Mark,
those guys.
you're making it worse.
I'm sorry, dude, but
Davy Crockett.
yeah.
Mike Fink.
Davy Crockett has nothing on Mike Fink.
Real talk. Or Georgie Russell.
Well, beat him for sure, Davey.
I was thinking too.
He's swinging on the chandelier. Good stuff. Oh, my.
I'm assuming we should bring up Cracker Barrel.
What is with Cracker Barrel? Are they, like, coming under new management, or what's...
I believe they did.
just
I think that's why they're
rebranding.
changing.
Yes, the new CEO is definitely a liberal-looking woman. She wears big glasses. No hate on people that wear big glasses, myself included. Yours are kind of in the middle. But I don't think I'll be eating at Cracker Barrel anytime soon.
No, it's...
We'll see if they change course like Bud Light did. And then they'll hire Shane Gillis.
You know, it's funny, that woman said that people love the rebrand.
I don't think anybody loves the rebrand. They're going to lose millions of dollars.
Oh, they already have.
Even California Governor Gavin Newsom said that the liberals hate it too. So I guess both sides of the aisle
There's
are
nothing
not-
wrong with the regular logo. It's just a guy sitting beside a barrel.
Well, they think it's too white
Well,
and
not-
too American.
Not even that. They changed the inside too. Like
Right,
everything.
it's not. It's like it's from a nice cozy country vibe because you got the fireplace, stuff on the walls, and it's dark. You know, it's like a cozy cabin feel. And then they changed it into like modern stuff on the walls, like a lot of square stuff.
Have you been back recently?
No, they haven't changed the one over here yet.
Okay.
But from what pictures I've seen, it's like square stuff on the walls, everything's squared off, and then it's white. It's all white, and there's booths now. So, it's modern. It has a modern feel.
it's going to be, looking back at it, if they follow through with it, it's going to be like how we look at McDonald's used to be with the Playland and all that stuff.
Yes.
And it's going to be just
Quality of food will go down. It could go really
Just-
to a fast food.
modern abstract
like-
stuff.
Honestly, they could have a drive-through at some point.
I also, I don't know this for like 100%, but I would put money on the fact that they'll take the the rocking chairs away in the front.
Checkers, everything. It's gone. I don't know what possesses people to see such a successful business and the way it's been going and to just change it. Everyone loves it the way it is.
It's because everybody, you can count on it. You can go to Cracker Barrel, you can get the same food, you can have the same experience everywhere whenever you go to the same one. Like, it's pretty much always the same. You feel a certain way when you go there. You can see all the stuff that they have for sale in the gift shop. I mean, it's the same thing. And now it's going to be like every other restaurant now, which is going to it's going to tank it. Unless they come out with something so incredibly revolutionary with this new system, there's no way that it's going to be successful, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. I just hate it because I love walking into Cracker Barrel and just... It's nice. It's a vibe.
It just feels good to be there because of how it is.
Even when
Mhm.
there's a lot of people, you don't feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, like... Well, like the waitress was actually good. Like when we went up the other weekend, it was packed, but it wasn't... I don't know.
I will say they have
I
been
don't know.
horrendous about getting biscuits to the table of the past few years since COVID.
COVID.
Yes.
You have to practically beg them to bring you biscuits and cornbread.
Which is... Go ahead.
It's kind of like, hey, don't feel overwhelmed in Cracker Barrel, but like say you go into like a Chick-fil-A and it's just like packed with people.
Yeah,
You
you're
see
like...
everything. You feel like you're just like want to sink into the floor.
I agree.
But if you had that at Cracker Barrel, it's like, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know.
It's a shame. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll backtrack, or they'll just keep steamrolling it. Who knows?
I just can't see them...
It'll take a couple years, I think, to go back to what it used to be.
How could they
If they
keep
do.
going with the amount of stocks that they've lost since they've done it? I just don't see... What's the good in it?
I mean, if the new CEO is bullheaded enough, they'll just run it through, ruin it, and then they'll be fired in a couple years. They'll have somebody come back in, try and save it, and it'll be semi-successful, but it's not going to ever be the same as it used to be.
The problem is the ones they already did their renovations to...
They'll never go back.
Yeah, you can't go back. Maybe you can put the stuff back on the walls, but it's not going to be the same.
Have they been losing money before they announced all this? Like, is this some sort of way to try and bring it all back or try and get more money?
I don't see how they could be. Every time I go there, there's
No, I
They're
just
like
think
gills.
I just think they're trying to be all inclusive. But it's not like there's only white people in Cracker Barrel all the time. I don't know.
everyone loves Cracker Barrel, and I don't see what.
I don't
problem is
understand.
here.
Yeah, I don't understand the direction.
If they do go the direction that they've been trying to, there will be a void there for some other company to either convert their company into something like that or a new startup to be like that, and I think it'll be a smash no matter what.
What could replace it?
I don't know. Somebody comes up with a new restaurant that has the same idea, because there's going to be a vacuum there.
Okay, like what right now that exists could actually replace Cracker Barrel? I don't think there's anything.
Bring back Old Country Buffet, but make it like Cracker Barrel.
Buffets are dying.
Applebee's.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't. No, Applebee's is because they have bars.
That's true. They are more of a sports bar type setup. They're like a Red Robin.
Buffets are dying because of...
COVID.
Okay.
Food theft.
Buffets are dying because of production.
There's that.
And they can't get people to work.
See, I don't think that's an issue. Because, well, Shady Maple's always going to be packed.
Well, it's Shady Maple is not only is it like just have decent food depending on when you go there. It's a tourist destination. It's the biggest buffet in the world.
Well, other buffets, let's say...
Golden
Corral.
Ryan's. They're going out of business.
Ryan's is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, right. No, that's still a buffet.
There's a Golden Corral up by, what is it, the Lehigh Valley Mall?
That one's usually packed.
See, the thing about Cracker Barrel is it's not just about the food. It's about the experience. Because, like, if you go to Texas Roadhouse, it's both. It's the food and the experience. Cracker Barrel is mainly about the experience.
Yeah, but Texas Roadhouse is one of those where if it's packed, you're overwhelmed and you want to leave.
Yeah.
That's another. You're sinking into the floor. I don't want to be here.
But I think Cracker Barrel, because of the gift shop, it gives you like a chill.
Yeah. It's kind of like a waiting room airlock kind of feel.
Yeah, there's like
if you
Like
are
a-
waiting to get in, you have something to do.
yeah, there's like a void. You're like away
Yeah.
from like the noise, and then
There's a lot of good stuff at Cracker Barrel too in the gift shop. Like, I have purchased several things from there that I have found quite fascinating. Shame.
yeah, what more can we say than it's just a shame?
Management ruins everything.
Yeah, guess we'll see what happens. To anybody who's entrepreneur minded, if they do end up going along with this, like I said, there's going to be a vacuum. Somebody will fill it, one way or another.
Y'all don't even know about country food. I don't know.
Just breakfast anytime you want it.
Mark, you can make breakfast for everyone. Anyway.
Kale, I'm interested to see what your top 3 is tonight, because you were thinking about a couple different things. So let's hear these.
Are we gonna have intro or should I just okay.
Gotta have the nice Celtic intro.
So actually my top 3 was kinda went with the weather thing we were talking about earlier. I was gonna say, after that nice discussion we had, kind of changed my perspective. Because typically I had the summer decently for the weather, and this is just weather based. I'm gonna go my favorite seasons according to the weather feel. For number 3 is going to be the winter time, because even after a long day outside doing whatever, once you get inside in front of a heater or after a nice warm shower, it's very nice and cozy. So at least there's that. I think there's a ton more upside according to what we've talked about to the winter, for the weather wise at least. Second, I'm gonna go with spring. I'd like spring more if the weather was more consistent and less rainy. But it's just, you could have a 70-degree sunny day one day, and the next day it's 40 and just 3 inches of rain. And number 1 is fall. I feel like fall is the most consistent weather, which is unfortunate because you only get it for 3 weeks in a year.
Sometimes you have those hurricanes, but that
Hurricanes
normally doesn't affect too much up here.
Even if there is hurricanes, it maybe lasts
3 days.
Yeah. But in the fall, low 60s, maybe high 60s, you might even get into the 70s, a little bit of wind, you mostly get sun. Fall is so nice for the weather.
You can be outside, inside, no matter where you are. It's pretty much comfortable.
And you're comfortable. You could throw on a pair of shorts and a hoodie and be comfortable. You could throw on jeans and t-shirt.
There's
be
nothing.
comfortable.
There's nothing
Flannel.
like that first day when you can wear a hoodie all day. It's just oh, we back.
Yeah, I've been wearing my long sleeve Wrangler button down to work now in the morning because
Oh yeah, the
it's
mornings.
so nice.
The mornings are giving you that feel now.
Yeah, and
Yep.
you get your cup of coffee or your tumbler cup, whatever. You put on your jacket, your coat, your shirt, whatever, and you just sip it because it's warm, and you can just take things in. It's so nice.
Nothing like chilly mornings and a cup of coffee.
Pumpkin spice.
Nothing like chilly mornings in a deer stand, baby.
Nothing like chilly mornings and the smell of burnt diesel. It's a good smell.
Fall trout fishing's fun. I know.
Yeah,
know you don't get out a lot because of hunting, but it's so much better because no one's out and they restock.
I'd like to go this year. We need to figure out where they're stocking. I'd like if they would restock up there at Jordan, that new spot.
Well, I mean, Holdover's still staying there.
What was I hearing?
It's a dog barking.
Oh,
There it is again. They're restocking out in East Branch, Percy area, so I'm gonna shoot over there after work.
yeah, they always restock that every year.
And it'll probably get hit harder because they always do, but not as hard as regular trout season. But I think everything is mostly better in the fall. It's just, it's so short and it leads to winter is my only gripe. Especially when you vacation in the fall, it's shorter.
I like vacationing in the fall.
I do too,
Less
but
people.
you go on vacation and it's 70 degrees and you come back up and it's 50.
See, my perspective is different because of hunting.
Yeah. I'll probably get it better when I start doing hunting more. Mark, how do you feel about this?
What do I feel about what? Hunting?
The fall.
I love fall. But I love spring.
Would you like
I also
to
love summer. And I hate
fall
winter.
down the stairs?
No, I'm good right now. I'll take you out on that offer tomorrow.
I want to take a second and shout out the Makunji car show.
Wheels of Time.
Yeah, Wheels of Time.
The Wheels of Time.
Great
That was
pro-
good. That was a lot. There was a lot of cars there.
Great production.
Even for when we went last night, there wasn't. There wasn't a ton, but there was enough there, and it's beautiful cars.
My only gripe with that is horrible line organization.
You can get lost so easily.
They fit as many as they can in there, and it's packed.
I'm also not a fan of having to pay $15 to get in. Like, we're going to use our eyes and look at cars. Why are we paying $15?
Probably because it costs so much to rent that park for 3 days.
I press the keyboard for 3 times. Do I get a tip? Kind of deal.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And they have to pay the food trucks, I guess, to be there, and the bands, and all that stuff. Either way, some of those cars, man. I love how there's a good mix of perfect ones and then ones that are like the one that was a barn find. I think it was a Buick. It was
Yep.
just like they just straight pulled it out of a
Yep.
barn. Absolutely incredible.
I think my favorite are the Chevelles, Impala. Oh, what was the other one? I know the Impalas for sure.
Novas?
No, not so much
are
Novas.
Sweet.
I like the Impalas though. I think the Impalas are really nice.
It's really just easy to skim over these because there's a lot of them, but the old Camaros are
That's the other one.
There's a ton of them.
Real
the
nice.
Z28s, though.
the Mach 1s, too. Was there like maybe 3 of them?
I only
The
saw
older
one.
One?
One Mach 1 there today.
I thought I saw another one.
Maybe. I only saw the one.
The fastbacks, I would take a Mustang fastback. Those
There's only a couple Challengers.
are sweet. Oh,
What
the
did we see,
older
two?
Challengers.
Two Challengers?
The older Challengers are nice.
Yeah.
Even the old Darts are nice. Like, I would love to have, like, just go back in time and just see just those cars are the average thing.
The Dusters.
That's what me and
the
Katie were
Demons.
talking about last night. Like, back in the day, everybody had a car that looked like that.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. Like,
And they were affordable.
yes, and they had power.
Yeah.
Like, your regular mom of 3 could be driving like a
A muscle car.
yes.
Yep.
And nobody gave it a second thought.
No. And me and Rollin were talking about this. Is like, it's crazy to think like these were your average cars driving around. And he said to me, he's like, well, you got to think that the cars we had today, they might be like that for other people in like 40 years. I'm like, probably not. The cars today are not that good quality. They're not like
They all
that
look
cool.
the same
Yeah.
because of
Now, I will be real.
gas mileage.
The Mopar cars are very hard to tell apart for me as a
The older ones?
yes, a very generic
It's because Mopar was just the guys who were doing that stuff were probably on so many drugs designing all those things.
Well, that's
And
why
they
cars were good
they
back
look
then.
amazing.
That's why cars were good, because they just went crazy. Because
Yeah.
they were so creative because of their experiences.
Yeah, the older I get, the more. I mean, I'm kind of biased now, but just Mopars and specifically the Roadrunners, just unbelievably beautiful cars.
Mopar, as we were talking about earlier, Mopar in its prime is the best muscle car
Yeah.
brand.
I mean,
I agree.
You can make an argument for the whatever year the Chevelles were that were like really, really muscle, like the big backs and the slanted fronts.
I was gonna
Like,
say though, Chevy put out a lot of muscle cars.
and very strong ones too.
Yeah, but Chevy was kind of like just Chevy, but Mopar was
Mopar was all
Pontiac,
about muscle.
Plymouth, Dodge.
I mean, of course, they had their random clunkers here that they made, but and then Ford came along. They're like, we're gonna make a pony car, and everybody was like, huh? And they said, here's a Mustang.
All right, Mark, give us some info. Let's shut this down.
Alrighty. Like I said, we're thankful for all the engagement from our last episode on all the socials. You guys are awesome. We just want to ask you guys, keep sharing the new Instagram features. You can repost. So if you guys can repost our thumbnails or our posts for the new episodes. I am working on the store for Etsy if anybody wants some merch. Everything's basically going to be at cost. We're not going to make really anything on it. We just want to make some cool stuff that we can get out there and just start showing our brand out in the public, which I know I'm going to be putting an order for me and Kale in here soon too. So that's about all I got. You guys have anything to add to that?
Nope, just like our stuff, comment,
Share the show.
share it.
Please, I don't want to work anymore.
Please help us get it out there the best you can. You know, even if you think you're the only one liking a video, like it anyways.
And if you have feedback and there's something you would like to see on the show, we'd love to hear it. We want to put out there what you guys want to hear as well too.
Yep.
We're not trying to force something that nobody wants. So we'd love to hear some feedback.
Shut it down.
Why were we done about the cars earlier?
What?
The cars.
What about them?
I don't know. I felt like I could have kept talking for a very long time.
I know.
Well, and I'm like, why are we talking about NASCAR without Tito here? But it's better to talk about it without him. Because he would start giving us dribbling.
Go get the cake.
That's the end.